Fitness Podcast with Frank Furness.
Hey, this is Frank, and what a year we've had with COVID. But you know, the interesting thing is, all of my financial services clients that I speak to and that I work with around the world are all telling me they're having an amazing time. They're able to get through to more clients, speak to more clients, and writing more business than they've ever written before. So every cloud has a silver lining. Listen, by now, I hope you've listened to all of the previous episodes on NLP with my great friend Ian Halsell. And what I'm going to be doing now for the next 6 months is going through my program. In fact, it was a pre-recorded program that I'm going to share with you. It used to be part of a package that I sold for $247, an audio package. It's yours for free, so please tune in every week and listen to a new episode. Now, there was a number of specific observations I made as to what made the Tigers stand out from the crowd. And what I'm going to do now is cover some of the observations, some of the things that I picked up. The first observation I made is, you know, Tigers, these top producers, have got big, big dreams. They seem to be no-limit people, prepared to take risks that others wouldn't dare. About 2 years ago, I started to do some work with a company that had a fairly young chief executive. He was a true visionary, a true believer with passions and magnificent dreams. He had a small sales team in the UK, 3 or 4 in Germany, and the same amount in Spain. Now he had this dream, and he sold this dream and the passions to his salespeople. And he also helped them think and dream bigger dreams than they'd ever done before. His dream that he shared with me was to expand his operation and have offices all over the world and be recognized as having one of the most professional and highest achieving financial services brokerages in the world. Whenever I was with him, his dreams and his enthusiasm were infectious. You see, he truly believed that anything was possible, and he had the discipline and perseverance to follow these dreams. What I can tell you is that today his sales force is tenfold of what it was at that stage, and he's now got offices all over the world with extremely passionate salespeople working with him and for him. Another observation that I must make is that these Tigers, these top people, are fun to be with. I love being around them. You know, they're always enthusiastic, passionate, exciting, and a lot of fun. There's always lots of laughter, lots of enthusiasm. They love what they do. They've got boundless energy and a capacity for hard work, but they also play just as hard as they work. When I ran a sales course for one of the top companies in Hong Kong last year, their top salesperson came in looking a bit worse for the wear. He apologized and explained that he'd been out until 4 that morning with one of his top clients. What later emerged that this client was a Fortune 500 company that had thrown a party the evening before for 1,000 of their staff and close business associates. The entertainment for the evening was Tom Jones. They'd flown him in from Las Vegas. And really the penny dropped, and it dawned on me that these top salespeople, these Tigers, they mix with and they socialize with different types of people to the norm. They go out and they have fun and move in social circles far different to everyone else. You know, these top producers also have a great sense of humor, and as we go along the audio series, I'll be reading some of the quotations that I've received from the responses. One of the responses I received was from a chap that I've known for some years now, who works and lives in Belgium. He's got a great sense of humor, and his response when asking for the top 10 points of what makes him successful was as follows. I'm a 50-year-old lazy, rotten waster working part-time, getting £100,000 sterling in the last 3 to 4 years. If you want to get some sensible as opposed to my usual flippant output, then I highly recommend you approach some of my other business associates that I work with. On my part, really, to further partially answer your question, I do no more nor not much different than I would be doing in any other business. I seek out the individuals with needs, identify, analyze, and detail the areas of common interest. I then offer solutions and finally encourage and conclude corrective actions. It never worries me to earn less today, as there's bound to be more tomorrow. I always put clients' needs first, and there's no business as the easy, repeat, referral business. I don't mind working from 8 in the morning to even 10 in the evenings. I'll even work 4 days a week, 10 months a year, in exchange for the lifestyle and the returns we achieve. Having said that, though, much of the work is more than work only. It's socializing, meeting people, friends, opening doors, learning and living a good life and more. Isn't this a great response from somebody who enjoys every minute of what he's doing? One of the other specific observations that I've made is that all of these tigers, all of these top salespeople have got a good life balance. The majority have an excellent family life, great relationships with their spouses, partners, very close to their children, giving them a lot of love and the best education they can. Family values, ethics, morals are extremely important. And one of the other quotes I received was as follows: "A loving atmosphere in your home is the foundation for your life." These family values were a common thread that seemed to flow amongst all of these top achievers. Now, balancing their life was extremely important because these people realized that they need a lot of energy to produce maximum results all the time. With this in mind, most of them had an exercise routine or followed a physical fitness program, watched their eating habits, and just exercised regularly. Their life balance meant that they could work harder, achieving all of the financial goals that they've set themselves, but also have a lot of time to spend with the family, and most importantly, play a lot of golf. Another thing about these achievers that really struck me is how much they give back to the community. So many of them have found the time, started to give money, they've got involved in community projects, helping charities, and in fact one of the top achievers I know personally gives away 30% of his gross income to charities each year. And I can tell you he's also one of the biggest earners. This always reminds me of the old saying, "Give and you will receive tenfold in return." That's the thing about these tigers, is they give of themselves. They never do big to help other people. They're always willing to share ideas and impart their knowledge. The tigers seem to have this immense capacity for hard work, but equally they love taking holidays, and this is another common thread that flowed through all of the responses I received. They love their holidays. They seem to realize that you can work hard for only so many weeks or so many months before you burn out. One response I read was as follows: "I have, for the last 26 years, taken 3 months off a year. That way I get 25% of my life in retirement. Isn't that great?" Another top achiever I know in South Africa takes off every 11th week. At the beginning of each year he gets out his planner, and every 11th week is blanked out. This is the time for him to go on holiday, spend time with his family, to unwind and get his energy levels back to capacity. It doesn't matter what happens in his business career. He could have a company convention or any other occasion, but this 11th week is like a religion to him. He always takes this off, goes away with his family, relaxes, plays golf, and comes back with renewed energy, and he's done this for the last 20 years. And this is what has helped him to really be one of the top producers, not only in his company, but also in the whole industry. Another thing that stood out with many of the top producers, but especially so with the American tigers, the American top producers, was the importance of having a good spiritual life. Now, a few years ago, I went to a Tom Hopkins convention in America, and Tom Hopkins is the world's top sales trainer. This convention ran through 3 days, which was a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. On Sunday morning, there was an optional spiritual session for the various religious groups, and this is something that is very personal to every individual, These sessions were voluntary. They had for the Christians, the Jewish, every religion you could think of, they'd set up these spiritual sessions. Well, I wanted to say I attended, and what I really noticed was that all of these top achievers attended these sessions. Many of these individuals have deep spiritual convictions. Hey, yes, it's me back again, Frank. I'm your sponsor, and I want to tell you about a series I've put together. It's actually been 2 years in the making. I have created the biggest online course for financial advisors. If you go and take a look at www.salesstrategiesforadvisors.com, salesstrategiesforadvisors.com, please go and take a look at our sales page there. You'll see the course has 281 videos, 106 audios, 12 ebooks, and 7 sets of scripts. And I promise you will make 10 times your investment at least in this course. There are so many ideas, every kind of strategy you can think of, new things added all the time. And for actually listening to the podcast, you can actually get 50% off the course. Please don't tell anyone about it. But if you go in to the checkout where it says coupon code, all you do is type in 50OFF, 50 off, and you will immediately get a 50% off the course on the one-off payment. Or, of course, you can opt to pay $29 a month. So, hey, this is Frank. I look forward to seeing you the other side and enjoying my online course.